Americans are warned about the dangerous consequences of legalizing assisted suicide. Disability advocates in California oppose a bill signed by Governor Jerry Brown this week.
People should know that where assisted suicide is legal, some people's lives will be lost without their consent through mistakes and abuse. No safeguards have ever been enacted or even proposed that can prevent that outcome, which can never be undone.
Supporters of the law say they'll continue pushing for similar laws in other states.
We ultimately think that this decision is something that each American should have the right and the opportunity to make for themselves. So we will continue to do this work in the states, but we are also working on the national level.
California is the 5th state to legalize assisted suicide. The others, Oregon, Washington, Vermont, and Montana. We are Skyping with Dr. Pia de Solenni from San Francisco. She is Associate Dean of the Augustine Institute in Orange County, California. Dr. de Solenni, what would you say to supporters of this bill and others like it that are being considered or have passed in other states?
Well, I would say what I would say to Governor Brown, frankly. You've made this about your choice without considering the weakest and the most vulnerable. And this is an option that you want. But, you know, when we looked at the hearings and who was testifying, they were people of means. They were people of higher socioeconomic status. They were not people who were from minority populations. They were not lower income people. And, you know, if we need to be thinking about the common good, not one's individual choice. And I think they've missed the boat when it comes to thinking about the common good.
What can we do as advocates for life to discourage this tragic taking of life, even if it is legal?
You know, as in all things, it begins with our own actions and the way that we treat others. I really encourage people, wherever you can, get involved with volunteering at an assisted living facility, some type of a convalescent home. Spend time visiting the elderly, because those actions speak louder than words. And part of the problem that we can even have this conversation is because so much of that volunteering has dropped off and people don't have a day-to-day contact with the elderly, with the sick. We need that day-to-day contact, and that's really where it begins. All of these are they begin at a seed level, not at a legislative level.
Excellent point. And how do you think we can be more clear that being pro-life goes beyond the debate over abortion to these end-of-life issues?
Well, first of all, by starting with our actions. It's our actions that have to line up with our rhetoric. And then secondly, broadening the conversation and bringing up the people. There are plenty of examples of people who are terminally ill and have refused the quote-unquote right to die, people who want to experience this process with their loved ones. We need to shift the conversation. And as I always say, if we don't jump into the conversation, then we allow the other side to have the conversation for us. We allow them to be our voice. So we have to be ready with our actions and with our words.
Dr. Pia de Solenni joining us from San Francisco by Skype tonight. Thank you. We appreciate it.
It's good to be with you. Thank you.